Everyone, it's Terry with the Des Moines, Iowa user group. And this particular video to follow is from our, January, I believe, January 19th user group meeting. So it's been a while. And we had a little bit of a mix up here with speakers, and we ended up having to do a little bit of a last minute switch. So a huge call out and thank you to Phani, who's also a Salesforce MVP and one of the gentlemen who actually work for me as well, doing some marketing cloud work for me. And he literally in the last few moments has agreed to talk about marketing cloud. So if you're new to Marketing Cloud, he does an amazing job of speaking to the kind of some of the key pieces of that product in a way that is simple to understand. So enjoy Phani as he speaks to us on Marketing Cloud. Hey everyone, it's Terry with Terry's Tidbits. I am so glad you're here. Welcome everybody to our user group meeting. This is October 19th. And we do have some good stuff, I think, for you today. I have not any idea what we have for slides. It's close to putting together, so I'm going to just kind of wing this and get stuff out of my way. So announcements, we're going to go through those. And then in about 10 minutes, Apsona, who is our sponsor, who's provided our food. So thank you to Apsona for that. They will be sharing their app with us. I'm actually kind of excited to see what they've been doing with their app. I've used it in the past and excited to see some of the new stuff. Now we have a little bit of a surprise, perhaps. We don't know exactly what's going to happen at 12:10. Our DevOps person that we had speaking has a medical emergency. He may not be able to make it back in time. And so if he doesn't, I have asked one of my guys who does Marketing Cloud to pinch hit, and I gave him all of 30 minutes for it. So we might talk about Marketing Cloud instead of DevOps today. So just FYI there. Head in the clouds, I'm going to change that one around too a little bit. I'm probably just going to share a little bit with you. I may swap that and the Marketing Cloud one around just to give our DevOps person maybe a little bit more time. And then we will wrap up around 11:30. You're welcome to hang out online as well as in the room if you need to share whatever you'd like to talk about. A lot of times we'll do things like, if you've got an issue that you're trying to solve for, need some help with it, we'll do our best to try to help you with those things. So feel free to hang out. We may get done early today, given some of the challenges with our presentations. So just right along with us would be awesome. And Krista and myself, we are your leaders for the Des Moines user group. And all of you probably are familiar with who we are at this point. Karen and Joseph are in the room.
Hello.
And they lead our nonprofit user group. And I know you have an event coming up, Joseph, you want to talk to?
Yes, we do actually. In 2 weeks, Jeff, Carol's from the camera. Hey, everybody. There we go. Hey, everybody. So in 2 weeks, we have our an on-site nonprofit user group meeting hosted by Jeff from the, hold on, I don't want to say your organization wrong, Friends of Iowa Public
Television Foundation.
Public Television Foundation. Friends of Iowa PBS Foundation. So we'll be on site. It'll be fantastic. We'll learn about the organization, how they're using Salesforce, and as always, we will also talk about just any questions that Salesforce users have. So it's a nonprofit group, but we do welcome other admins to come and to learn and to share their experiences as well. So that's posted. Yeah, I've got a question in the room.
Wi-Fi password?
Join it's called Apex.
Apex? Yeah. Okay.
And did you say you're doing it?
Yeah. So there will be a tour, studio tour. It's going to be.
You want to?
Yeah. Let's go.
So it's posted. Go ahead, RSVP.
Yeah, the tour makes it worth going. So that's an awesome opportunity to see Iowa television. Thank you, Joseph. Jerome and Suleth, I don't think I have either of them on. leading our dev user group here in Des Moines. All right, upcoming local events. We just talked about the nonprofit user event. Our next user group meeting will be the 16th. That'll be a virtual meeting only. And Clarissa, I should say, Clarissa is going to be talking about flow air handling in that meeting. And then in December, we will do our annual holiday mingle and jingle event. I have no idea where Clarissa's going to plan that to be.
I don't know. Figure it out.
So I told Clarissa multiple times today, she's awesome. I very much appreciate her. And if you do also kind of just for you though, those online, she's online too, just send her a quick little personal message that she's awesome. I appreciate that. Because I've done my best to try to help her know that internally here. So very much appreciate all that she does. So moving on. More opportunities that we have available is if you're interested, the customer success event calendar, there's the URL for that. If you're interested in any of the training and webinar type activities that Salesforce provides at no cost to you, those are there. They are still doing the Trailblazer mentorship program. If anybody's interested in that process, both if you're interested in being a mentor or a mentee, that is an option as well. Upcoming events. So these are our community events that are coming. If you're interested in any of the dreaming events, so they're all fantastic. Midwest Dreaming next year is the 17th of July. And I will again tell all of you there's not a very good excuse not to go. So it's right next door. So you should be
They
there.
changed the date. Last time it was the first week of school, which I found incredibly awkward. But
Yes, yeah, they did move it up for that very reason. Yes.
They heard you.
they heard that I was not there.
All right, MVP office hours every other Friday. I believe that is actually next Friday. I don't think it's this Friday. But I love MVP office hours. If you've not participated in that, that's another opportunity to get help with anything that you are struggling with Salesforce wise.
On the registration, it is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. Okay, cool. Thank you for correcting me on that. Yeah, it really is awesome. And if you just like to help other people, join because you don't have to be an MVP to answer the questions. So it's a lot of fun. Be a part of that one. Automation hours is also an option for those looking to learn. Michelle Hansen leads that, and she's fantastic. I think most of you know who Michelle is. Our Slack channel, which here is covered up, but if you want to join our Slack channel, we do monitor that. And if you have questions, that's also a good option for posting things and getting a response from either Chris or I. There is our normal Salesforce Trailblazer community as well that we will absolutely track and monitor there too. So feel free to use either of those. All right, so this part's for you guys. So any job openings, job opportunities, people looking for a job, anything like that that you would like to share? Karen?
I'm looking for a job. The state of Iowa let me go from my position last week with no notice or explanation. And so I would love to be employed again as a Salesforce administrator, business analyst, etc. Anyone knows of any position?
All right, very good. Are you guys able to hear Karen okay online? Karen's fantastic. So if you're looking for an admin or a VA role, Karen, feel free to reach out to Karen. If you don't know how to reach her, reach out to me and I'll get you in touch with her. Anybody else looking to fill a position or looking to make a change?
I'm going to find the link, but we are hiring a product owner that will be focused in the Salesforce space, in the security and the lead space.
Awesome, Amanda. All right, and Amanda, remind me where you're at.
Principal. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
This position is online.
I, in fact, saw that one yesterday and applied for it. And so if there was anyone who could refer me to that, I was going to ask for someone to say that I was worthy of consideration.
Awesome. So yeah, it sounds like Karen has applied for that position if you're interested, and she is worthy of that position. Throwing that out there for you.
Excellent. I will get it to the right people.
I didn't hear what your name was. I can't.
That's Amanda.
I'm sorry.
Amanda.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you,
I think it
Amanda.
was the one speaking. I can't find her name.
Brian Schwartz also put something in the chat. They're hiring an admin BA at Agriland.
Agriland, thank you. I was trying to remember, I was gonna mention Agriland to you as well, Karen.
Okay,
I knew
great.
they were looking, they're in Winterset. So awesome, thanks Brian for that. And I can get you in touch with him too if you need.
Okay,
I can help you with that one. All right, anybody else? Let's try. Any new certifications? Anybody take a certification? Passed, failed? Planning to take one?
I passed my user UX design.
Oh, sweet.
Sir.
Who was that one?
That's Heather.
Heather, awesome. UX design. Good. Anyone else take one? I really kind of want to do the nonprofit one.
It's hard.
That's what I heard. And I've
For
heard that
app
there's,
builder now, but I didn't schedule yet.
which one?
App builder,
App Builder.
yeah,
Very good. I have a lot of videos on App Builder on
Yeah.
YouTube.
I'm
Study
using
from.
them to study.
Good, good, good. I hear that nonprofit doesn't have very much to study from either, which makes it even harder.
Yes, I can't remember maybe the last I recently
Yeah.
but I failed the first time, so it's hard. But then I learned a lot, but I didn't have a lot of good study materials.
Yeah, I've
Even
heard that
if I
multiple
did
times.
worse.
Yeah.
Where you have to take it so that you fail it and then.
You
have to
take
study.
it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah,
Awesome.
Those are the best.
I know, I still.
All right, any announcements that you want to share with the community that we haven't already shared? Either online or in the room? Going once, twice. And with that, I think that finishes up announcements. I'm so glad you're here. So thanks for coming. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to happily introduce you to Rob O'Brien. And Rob and I have had it. I can't evidently stop. There we go. Rob and I have had lots of conversations here recently, and I'm actually going to be speaking at her user group in Chicago when we're done with this one. So we're kind of swapping today. We're becoming really good friends today. But she is responsible for your launch and represents Apsona. And Rob, I'm going to spotlight you, and I'm going to let you kind of take it and then introduce yourself and go ahead and proceed.
Sure. So when you spotlight me, am I showing up somewhere bigger? Is that what you're saying? Or, oh, hello,
There you
everyone. Okay. Okay. Sorry, wasn't used to this. So sorry about that. I wasn't expecting to see myself so big. So I am really glad to be here today. And as Terry said, he and I are becoming best friends today. We're switching user groups. I help lead the Chicago nonprofit user group as well as Chicago Salesforce Saturday. So I'm very active in the Ohana, and I really appreciate Terry and team inviting me to come speak about Apsona. And I brought a guest along. So with that, I'm going to just kind of jump right in. I guess one of the first questions I have, I'm just curious, and I don't know that I can see much, but are there a lot of people that are familiar with Apsona, or do we have any Apsona users in the room? It would be helpful. I see my friend Jen raising her hands. Heather, okay. I don't know in the room if folks have had it, but if you.
No one in the room.
No one in the room. Okay. All right. So this is new to everybody, just so we kind of have a feel for who's in the audience and what we should go over. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. If you could let me know if you can see it. I'm assuming you can. Great. So again, welcome to the power of Apsona for Salesforce. We believe it is every admin or super user's tool for Salesforce data quality and reporting. Today, your speakers are Jen Lang, who is a customer and a super fan of Apsona, and she's going to walk you through a demo that she uses Apsona for in her org. She is the Crisis Assistance Ministry Database Manager. They are located just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and I am forever grateful for her joining me here. Her Twitter handle is there, her LinkedIn is there. Feel free to reach out and ask her any questions. She's very friendly. My name is Rob O'Brien. I am currently Apsona's sales lead. And prior to being at Apsona, I was a managed services consultant in the nonprofit space, as well as a solo admin at a nonprofit that had a very shoestring budget. And I came to Apsona because I love the tool so much. And when an opportunity showed up, I just wanted to come and evangelize for it. So for those of you that are not familiar with Apsona, Apsona does three things really, really well. We do data management and cleansing, we do document generation, and we assist with complex reporting. Bear with me a second here. Sorry about that. I just want to give you a very brief history of Apsona at a glance so that you have a better feel for where we come from. Apsona has been on the App Exchange for 12 years. We have over 1,700 plus customers with about 10,000 users. We have about 250 App Exchange reviews. Our average rating is about 4.89 out of 5. Our tool is famously known as the nonprofit tool, but I want to point out it is a tool that works with any data model. So it can work with Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Experience Cloud, Industry Clouds, NPSP, EDA, AFQ. Some of our customers, this is just a sampling, private, public sector folks, nonprofits, higher eds, enterprise folks that are currently using Apsona. The golden app. So our name in Hindi, Sona means golden. And so we are known as the golden app. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and turn it over to Jen and let her kind of walk you through how her org uses Apsona.
Thanks for having me, Terry, and all of the guests in the meeting today. Very much appreciate being here. I do have to take issue with something Rob said. They don't do 3 things well. They do like 300 things really well. Like so much so that I'm not going to be a Salesforce admin without Apsona. Like it's a must do in my contract when you hire me from now on. Like that's it. So I've been using Apsona all my time as an admin, about 5 years now. And I work in a nonprofit, as Rob said, in Charlotte, and we take in lots of donations. We have lots of very generous people in the area and throughout the country who send us donations. And we use Apsona in part. Our super user in the donor space uses Apsona to thank the donors for all their gifts. So what I'm going to show you today is in my sandbox, which I hope you can see on your screen. I have an Apsona tab. Thanks, Rob. Apsona lives on a tab right like every other object that you have. And when you click on the Apsona tab, you're in a browser-based environment. So things load pretty quickly. And you can navigate Apsona through their subtabs. The first thing I'm going to show you is the reporting tool called multi-step reports. So I use multi-step reports in Apsona all the time, so much so that I kind of forget how to use Salesforce reports. Salesforce reports are limited and I find them cumbersome. So I'm always defaulting to Apsona multi-step reports or even single-step reports in some cases, because first of all, you don't have to make a report type. All the objects that I have access to are in Apsona and waiting for me to build a report on them. I don't need to make funny report types with and without. I don't need to bring in these objects and not those objects. The other thing that you're going to see is I don't have a 4-object limit either. I can get crazy with the links I make. I can report on an opportunity and go to the account and find out who made the account and then pull up their contact record and find out who they're married to. Like you would never need to know this stuff, but Apsona can do it. It's pretty cool. So the multi-step report process starts with your use case. I want to find all of the people who donated, who have an email address, so I can say thank you. So what I do is build a report. We acknowledge payments on an opportunity. So I'm going to pull in my payments. I start with my first step, which is pulling in information about my payment. And that's what I tell Apsona here, is that I'm looking at for payments, and I'm going to pull the information from the database object called payments. Then I can tell it what fields from my payment do I want to see. These are all the columns in my report. Look right here, you'll notice these are all things that are directly related to my payment. If I were to open up a payment record, you would see a link to a donation. You would see the actual payment itself. You would see a link to the user that it was created by and the user who last modified it. Right here in this first step, we're already beyond the capabilities of Salesforce reporting. We've gone over four objects here. So we've already surpassed the ability of Salesforce. But that's not the end of it. We can then link out to even more objects. So these are all the fields on my payment, and I just select the ones that I want to use in my report. I can filter those payments that I'm pulling into this report. So my payments, I have a flow that assigns an acknowledgement process and a status, and it lets me pick in just those payments that have not been acknowledged. They're tagged as to be acknowledged. And the payment acknowledgement process is via email as opposed to snail mail. So I can limit this right here. There's pretty sophisticated filter logic as well, trying to do your ands and your ors and your Boolean logic. And then Apsona will let you range and sort. So this morning I ran a purge process and I wanted to see which records were up for purging. Now, if I returned all 15,000 records, that might be a little bit hard for me to spot check and deal with. So I set it to give me just the first 500. Go to the oldest of the 500 and grab just the first 500. So now I can control in groups how many I take out. When I deal with the first set, I can come back and deal with the next set. I'm going to get to that links tab in one moment. Now, in addition to the payments, I can retrieve some information about the donation right here. Or I can, on the payment, there is a parent donation. Is it called donation? Salesforce sometimes calls it donation and sometimes calls it opportunity. But if I wanted to go to the payment and pull out the opportunity ID, it's already here in my columns. Now I can add another step. This is where multi-step comes in. I can look for the opportunity. I can retrieve all this information about the opportunity. I mean, come on. So once I get to the opportunity, I can pull in information about the account or the matching gift account or the partner account. A partner account is somebody that we do business with. It's a local custom link. If I want to pull in information about the campaign, the person being honored by the gift, the person being notified of the honoree, I can pull in all of these linked objects just right here. Did somebody have a question? No? Okay. So I'm already filtering the payments that come in. So I don't want to filter my donations. I don't want to filter that parent. I want that parent information as well. I don't need to range and sort because I'm sorting my payments just to pull in those few that are there waiting for me. Now here's where we link this donation ID back to the donation ID on the payment. So it's kind of like using your $ records in Flow. Go back to that record that started the whole thing. And here's how we link them. Apsona allows you to do whatever naming you want. It allows you to create a folder structure. This is my sandbox, so it's got a tiny little structure, but in production, we have quite a few folders. And then we can put small descriptions on them to help us understand what all of these issues, why we created this report. From here, you can save your report or you can save and run. When you run, it runs right here in your browser, and it's found one payment record where the gift was made by somebody with an email address. So here are all the columns that I've asked for back on this step. I want to bring out all these retrieved fields. Another thing we can do is change the name of them. So I can change the name of the column and just call it email. Right here. And then when I run it on my report, my column just says email. So you can rename things. You can remove columns. Like if I'm going to send this into Excel and send it to somebody who doesn't need to see the record IDs, maybe I remove that column. No good admin would ever do that, but anyway. Maybe they don't need to know the payment method. They don't care how it was paid for. But the donation came through, and you can remove columns right here with just a check. And you'll see we have all of the payment fields are over here that I chose. And then the next step is our opportunity. All those fields are over here. Then you have the option in any multi-step report to export it to CSV or to Excel. And when you export it to Excel, you get magic links. My team is always asking me for magic links. That's what they call them. And it just means that the record is right there. There's an HTTP link right there for the record. And when you click on it, it will automatically open that record. So it's very helpful. And of course, Winter 24 is going to glitch on me, take a minute in my sandbox. So I can open up that payment right here very quickly. Multi-step reports took me a little while to learn because I had to understand the links between objects. Where do I start? What can I link to? What can't I link to? I haven't found anything I can't link to yet. I found things I had to do a couple extra steps to get to what I needed, but it was right there. And then once you know how to do multi-step reporting, it's easy then to look at the Apsona tools to do mail merges, to send all your acknowledgement letters, your bills, your invoices, all of that type of thing can be done right here from the multi-step report. Rob, what do you need me to go into with multi-step report now that I missed?
I think you did a great job explaining it. You hit it head on, and I really appreciate that you explained your org's use case, and you did a great job walking them through what the questions were.
Good. Okay. How are we doing on time? Do you want to see something else?
Yeah.
Do you have a merge doc set up with
I
that
do.
multi-step?
Yeah.
Just show them how easy that is.
So here is my data. It's telling me that Mr. and Mrs. Brady gave some money, and I should be emailing them to say thank you. So I can click the merge mail button, and I've already set up this merge. So I click run existing, and I pick which merge I want to use. And then when I click run.
Before you do that, I'm going to jump back for just 1 second, if you don't mind.
You want to walk through it?
Yeah, I wanted to, so if we click edit, actually, could you just click on create new for 1 second? Yeah. So Apsona has the ability really quickly to do several different types of outputs for you. Mm-hmm. It does a document that can be either a DOCX or a PDF. You could do address labels. You could do a spreadsheet. You can do an email merge. You could do an email merge with a document attached. You can also do an email merge with an Excel attached. Now, if you go back up, Jen, and do run existing and do edit, so we could walk through that, that's great. Thank you. Click next. So what Jen has here, there's two things going on at the very top. You see Salesforce documents or Google Docs. So the merge interface works with either Word and Excel, or it will work with Google Docs, Google Sheets. Most of our customers, I will say, use Word and Excel. However, the ones that do use Google Docs, Google Sheets really like it because it eliminates a step with, if you change your template and you have to update it, when you update in the Google Doc or sheet, it will update automatically when Apsona uses it for the merge. She's also selected a PDF as an output. And Jen, I'm going to let you explain the condition templates over to the right there, what's going on there.
So we have donors who give for different reasons. They give in support of our non-event campaign. They give their car to us and we sell it and take their money. They give in recognition that they came to a poverty simulation event and they really were excited by what they learned there. So when our donation processor enters that opportunity, she will set, why did this donor send us money? And she will choose the right acknowledgement letter for that donor. And each one references something different. So if you donated your car, we're going to give you a different thank you letter than if you sent us stock. So Apsona lets us easily vary the template that's used based on what we assigned in the original, the gift to us, the opportunity.
Great. Okay.
And it does the same thing down here with our emails. It lets me pull in, I have a choice of how I'm going to cover this email thank you letter. It lets me use different templates based on my merge. So this one, I have a general template with just our logo and a nice thank you message. And then we attach that specific to the donation thank you letter to the email.
Thanks, Jen, for explaining that.
Apsona will let us decide where the email address lives in the documents that we're creating, who it came from, who needs to be CC'd. I think I have too many C's there. It just gives us a lot of flexibility here in who it comes to. Here we're mapping our fields. Took a second for them to all jump in. I have quite a few fields mapped because we have a whole bunch of letters in there and we've adjusted them. We haven't paid attention to our naming conventions, so some of these may be duplicates, don't mind this. But this is just where we do the mapping. We're using plain old merge fields in Word or in Google Docs or in Excel. There is amazing documentation on how to do this on the Apsona website. One thing these folks are stellar at is documentation and help. It's just outstanding. So it'll tell you how to turn your Word doc into a merge doc and how to get all of these fields available to map to. Then the other thing with the merge process is it can update your original record so that it won't pull in again. It'll stamp it with the date and time that I ran this acknowledgement. So now we know it's done. I don't have to pull them in next time I do this multi-step report process. It can create a task for each of the records. It can add the document to each of the records so that you have a history of that. In the email options, it will let you add an activity into the activity history for every contact that we sent this email. And it will let you test this and send all these emails just to me as the user. Don't send them to the actual donors yet. I just want to see this. And then it lets you have control over your date and currency formats. When we save and run this, behind the scenes, it's grabbing the donation, it's stamping it acknowledged, it's changing it to acknowledged, it's putting on the date and the time, and it's sending me an email. It usually does not take this long. It's already in my inbox, actually. It usually doesn't take this long, but because we're on Zoom and in a sandbox, it's taking a moment to process. But here is the note that just came to my inbox. And the cover says, Dear Carol and Mike, here's your information. This link is broken just because of my sandbox. It's not an issue. And then attached is our beautiful thank you letter for Carol and Mike Brady. And I put it on my letterhead. I've got my CAO's signature. There's information down here about the tax benefits. And here's all the personalized information about the donation where they donated to our non-event. And once this is set up, if we weren't walking through it, it would take about 4 clicks. And we would have thanked 20 donors, 30 donors, 40 donors, all in those few clicks. It's just amazing. And by the way, it's very budget friendly.
Thank you. I'm going to steal the share of the screen. Terry, are we okay on time?
Keep going, you're good.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Was that a
Yeah.
yes? Okay, thank you. Sorry. So I just want to kind of tie this up for you. Jen, again, thank you for sharing. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, because it disappeared for me. So sorry about that. So I don't want you to just take Apsona's word for it. And I did not pay Jen to say anything she said. She is truly an Apsona super fan, but we have a lot of people that feel very similar to Jen in that they won't Salesforce without Apsona. I just kind of want to talk about an overview of how our licensing works so that that's clear. What you saw today, Jen had the Apsona for Salesforce license, which is our base license. And then she used the email and document merge, as well as the multi-step reporting license. We also have several other licenses. We have a dedupe and match. We have a grids functionality, which we didn't touch on. We have a lot of different things that it's too hard to kind of present everything all at once, and I don't want to overwhelm.
It is because you left off the tool I used just this morning in CSV matching.
Yeah. So how our pricing works, this is our enterprise pricing right now. We ask that you purchase a minimum of 3 licenses. So we don't require that you have a purchase for all users. And whatever licenses you need, whoever you're going to license, they always need an Apsona for Salesforce license because all the functionality is based on that base license. So if you have 5 users, you would need 5 Apsona for Salesforce licenses. And then again, it's a 1-for-1 match for email and document merge, dedupe and match, multi-step reporting. We do offer a 20% discount for 501(c)(3)s. So I just wanted to let you know that. You can add on users as the years go on. And what we would do is it's an annual subscription fee. And so we would just prorate it based on the date that you purchased. I want to talk a minute about sandboxes because this is something that I see happen a lot. A lot of people just go ahead and install directly into production. I want to point out that our sandbox trials are free for an unlimited amount of time. So there is no expiration in the sandbox. You can upload or download Apsona into your org and practice away. Come to office hours that Jen mentioned or submit cases, get your questions answered. And then anything you build in the sandbox can easily be moved by what we call Apsona items, which is a .dat file. So it's really simple to move over. Once you install Apsona in production, it is a 30-day free trial. So we don't automatically expect you to pay. You have 30 days to kind of tweak whatever it is you built in production, because we all know that sometimes sandboxes get out of sync from production. Once you're ready to purchase, you would just drop an email to sales@apsona.com and I will respond to you and help you purchase. Let's talk about security. So Jen was kind enough to mention that Apsona is a browser-based tool. Your data does not ever leave Salesforce. I want to point out that we do not have access to your data. There were some download links. I always recommend downloading because you can't contact Rob at Apsona and say, hey, could you give me that replacement file because I made a mistake? You should always download before you do anything. But as a result, I also want to point out it will mirror any profile permission set stuff that you have set up in Salesforce. So if somebody cannot access a field in Salesforce, they cannot access it in Apsona. the other security that we have is, I just want to be sure you know, we are SOC 2 certified, and we can give more information to you should you require it for a IT security review. If you want to know more about us, again, you can find us on YouTube, and we're constantly updating our content out there. In fact, right now, today, there is a presentation on, I want to say it's the base license, Apsona for Salesforce. Another customer is doing a presentation as we speak. And you'll find that out on YouTube. You can follow us on LinkedIn. We have a Trailhead group, which Jen is extremely active in. So in true Ohana fashion, folks are answering other folks' questions, and it's not always Apsona answering the question. We're also on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. You can email us. We have office hours twice a week, on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can drop by at this link and get your questions answered. If you are able to share your screen, it just makes it easier, faster for us to get you the help you need. And then, as Jen pointed out, our help and support documentation is online. We are in the process of updating our website. I know it looks a little dated, but we're working on it, and pretty soon you'll see some new changes there. And with that being said, I don't have anything further. I did not see any questions in the chat, but I'm happy to try and answer any questions that anybody might have.
Any questions in the room? I did have one question. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding and following the that reporting component that you showed. I forgot what you called it now. So if Salesforce, I always describe Salesforce reports, they're very linear. So I can start at the account and I can drill down to an opportunity and then and so forth. But if I wanted to start at an account level and go to contacts and then to opportunities, standard Salesforce reports don't do that terribly well. Is what you're saying with that multi-step, does that bridge that type of a gap? Was I following that correctly?
Yes, you are following that correctly. And I'm just going to throw one more thing in because we didn't really touch on this. So the base license has what we call a single step report. And what it allows you to do, Terry, is you can drill up a level or down a level from whatever object you are on. So it has its own little mini. And Jen, I think you alluded to your org uses single step too, right?
We do occasionally use single step. I have to remind myself it's there because multi-step is just so expansive and friendly. It meets all my clauses. I just go right there.
So if you're interested in more information, Terry, on our YouTube channel, there is a series of 6 videos that were just recently done, probably about 2 months ago, that talks in depth about all the filtering options, nested filters, all kinds of stuff that you can do with this report, that it really just takes away all the barriers that Salesforce reporting has. And a really quick example that I can tell you about, there's a program, it's called a FiniQuest. It sits on top of EDA, and it's my understanding it's like a development software type thing. It's for fundraising for schools, and the person had to provide a vendor census data. And so it started with the student, and then it went from the student to the parent, and then it went from the parent to the opportunity, and then it went from the parent to, is the parent an alumni? I mean, by the time she was done talking about what was in this report, there were 15 objects. Oh, wow. And she was able to produce it all in one report and provide that to her vendor.
At a price that's really pretty reasonable.
Yes.
That if I saw that right, that was $630 for 3 users.
Yes, for annually. That's not per month. That's annual. Yes.
Not per user.
Not per user. That was for 3 users, yeah. And your mail merging and all of that, and that's pretty cool. Well, some of that's add-on though, right? There's the add-on pieces.
Yeah, there'll be add-ons, yes.
Yeah. Still, that's pretty darn cool pricing. You have a question?
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Rob?
I can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understand. When you say it produces a report, what you're not creating is a Salesforce report that can be saved. It's truly file to be generated. The output is an Excel doc.
No, the output is an Apsona report. And in order to see it, you would need an Apsona license. However, depending on the number of users you have, we do have what's called a view only license. So if it's strictly that the user needs to consume the data, not adjust it or fix it or change it, we offer some pricing where you would purchase the Apsona for Salesforce license and let's just say the multi-step reporting license. We require a minimum of 10 for that, with the thought process that you could purchase a view only. It's not a button, but it's a view. And so it would be half the cost once you get above 10 users. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just missed
Okay.
the part, something to look at besides the Excel file. So there is
Yes, no, they can look at it. And we do, our reports do not go into Salesforce dashboards, but we do have a charts and dashboards visualization component as well, if that's
Okay.
important.
Thank you.
I have
You're
a
welcome.
question.
Okay.
Can we schedule like snapshots of reports and send to certain users, regardless if they have a license or not? Like a PDF
Yes.
version, Excel version.
Great question. So yes, we do have a scheduler. And the pricing model is you buy a bucket and it is on our website. But yes, and the nice thing about it is they don't necessarily have to be Salesforce users. So as long as they have an email address, if you're going to send a report, like maybe you have a board of directors that doesn't have access to your Salesforce and you need to send them information once a month, as long as they have an email address, you can schedule those and send it out.
Thank you.
And it looks like that several questions were in the chat. It looks like Jen, you
Oh,
were getting
I missed them.
most of
Sorry.
those, I think Jen might have been covering for those. So very good.
Did you get them, Jen? I'm sorry. I missed them.
Yes, what are the output types for those scheduled reports? Can you output a PDF or what are the output types?
I do believe you could do a PDF. I also know you could do Excel, and I can confirm, but I'm guessing you can also do Google Sheets.
Thank you. That was very cool to see. I appreciate you taking the time to do that and joining us today. So Jen, nice job with your demo, and Rob, it's great to see the tool. A lot of happy faces in the room here as well, but some of what you're capable of doing there. So very good.
Well, Terry, thank you for having us. It's nice to be able to give back a little bit, Terry, because I've taken from you so much knowledge and time and energy. It's nice to be able to be here and help out your group.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Jen, for that. It's a great testimony to a nice product, a very good product. So thank you for doing that. With that, I don't have our speaker yet in our room, so we probably are going to end up talking about Marketing Cloud. And I do have a presenter that can talk to that topic. Before he does that, though, I did want to share just a little bit with the group, more on a personal basis. I know that some of you know some of what's been going on in my world the last year. And I've been going through a divorce situation. And so it's been probably about a little over a year ago that my wife and I separated, my ex-wife now. And so it's been a challenging year, and I know a lot of you have been a tremendous support, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. The good news is that it's all through now, and it's sad and good. It's kind of one of those things, but life is moving forward. That's kind of been my theme, is that I'm moving forward, and I'm at a point now where I just feel like a big weight is off of my shoulders. And I think back at this last year and some of you maybe have noticed I have not been as engaged in a lot of the community things as I typically have been in the past. Haven't done as many as much public speaking, have not done as many videos or things along that line or training things that I have typically done in the past, because it's just been a little bit of a challenge to put all that together. But I am excited about where things are right now. And I wanted to take time just to say thank you to all of you for the support that you've given me. Life is moving forward. I close on a new house next month around this time, so I'm excited about that. And looking forward to being able to get back engaged and involved in all of your lives, and being able to do more training, help people a little bit more with some of the work that you're doing. And so it's been an interesting year, but I'm excited about where things are headed, and I'm looking forward to next year with some of what we're going to be able to do. I jokingly gave Chris a bit of a hard time with how much I appreciate her support. She has been kind of behind the scenes helping all of this stuff move forward, while I've had some of the difficult times that I've had to deal with. So it's been fantastic, and I do appreciate you, Chris, as well, for some of that. So I won't belabor that, but I did want to take the time just to say thank you, because you guys do mean a lot to me. With that, I'm going to ask Phani, who has joined us. Phani is a member of my team who does Marketing Cloud. I literally reached out to him about 30 minutes before the meeting started and said, "Hey, Phani, funny story. Would you be able to do a presentation on Marketing Cloud, since our primary speaker is not able to join us?" And again, apologize for that. He's had a family emergency or some form of an emergency, could not make it. And Phani was happy to jump in and share a little bit about Marketing Cloud. So I have no idea what he's going to share with us. I've not seen it, but he's had some stuff prepared. Phani is another Salesforce MVP out of Singapore, and just does a really super nice job with Marketing Cloud. So if you're looking for any help with Marketing Cloud, he's awesome. And Marketing Cloud, as well as Pardot, he helps me on the Pardot side as well. So with that, that wasn't supposed to be a sales pitch, and it kind of sounded like it. So my apologies for that. Phani, I'm going to let you share your screen and introduce yourself a little bit. I'm going to spotlight you if you want to share your camera. If not, that's actually, you probably won't share your camera, and that's all right too.
What time is it?
In Singapore, what time is it, Phani?
It's 1:30 a.m. Yeah.
There you go. All right, and he's wide awake. All right, Phani, take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. So, hi everyone. Very good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Thank you so much for being a part of this amazing community. And I'm so happy that I've seen so many people here, non-profit group, user groups, and other groups. I'm so excited to be part of this entire community group. Without any delay, I'm going to share my screen, and I would love to talk about a couple of things on Marketing Cloud. Let me know once you're able to see my screen. You can see my screen, Terry?
Yes, we're good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, hi everyone. So I'll quickly introduce myself. Myself, Phaneendra, and you can call me Phani. I'm a Salesforce MVP, and at the same time, I'm a two-time Salesforce marketing champion. I'm a founder and CTO at Value Hub, which is a Singapore-based partner company, and we operate in Philippines, especially in APAC, and we operate in US. So that's two continents that we operate, and I'm a community group leader in Singapore, and I'm a Slack community group leader in Singapore as well. So I manage two community groups in Singapore. One Slack, the other one is a marketers group, and I'm an enterprise SaaS cloud solutions architect. You could reach out to me in Twitter @Arigachetta, and then you could follow me on LinkedIn as well. Any questions on Marketing Cloud, any help required on Marketing Cloud, we are so happy to help you out for all our non-profits and other departments as well. Well, once again, thank you so much for being a part of this amazing community, and keep joining us, all these vibrant communities across the world. We are keep inspiring everyone to learn something about our day-to-day life, and same time, job opportunities and everything is fantastic. What Terry has been done for initial few minutes. And our plan today is to quickly go through introduction of Marketing Cloud, and then I'd love to talk about the benefits of Marketing Cloud. What are all the studios inside the Marketing Cloud and a couple of learning resources. Well, so I always feel that, when we talk about marketing is one of the core pillars for our entire implementation. At the same time, we would experience the collection of a moment for every situation that captured as a part of a moment by marketer. And if you look at the journey together, data is the most powerful everywhere across industries, right? With the data, we could be able to design the content, and we would be able to give some good experiences to all our customers. So these are all the three key pillars for any marketing cloud implementation. We need the data, we need the experiences, and we need the content to be able to deliver to every experience and every touch point. With that, if you ask me, Phani, what is Marketing Cloud and how does help you all non-profits and other companies? Of course, Marketing Cloud, it's a fantastic tool for omnichannel marketing. You could be able to use Marketing Cloud for Data Cloud for marketers. You could do personalization. You could personalize your websites, mobile apps, and you could use engagement for Journey Builder, your email studio, mobile studio, and all these channels. And you could perform some account engagement programming. And of course, you could use your intelligence. So these are all some of the products inside the Marketing Cloud, which can experience the user interactions across the system of records. So if you ask me, what is every moment, for every subscriber, for every user, we make every moment counts in our daily lives, right? So we're going to spend some time. We could spend our dollars to go further, and we could drive some efficiency with our omnichannel marketing tool. So if you look at the different products we have, like personalizations, we could personalize the moments with real-time data using Data Cloud. We could automate the engagement across channels using personalization and engagement. And we could be able to optimize the marketing performance with AI using intelligence platform. So it's all like connecting the dots together to bring the potential customer experience overall for every customer using Marketing Cloud. So if you go or dig deep into the product detail, so there are some of the products in Marketing Cloud, which is phenomenal in terms of increase your overall marketing revenue of interest. So as per the Gartner's insight, at the same time as the Salesforce Marketing Cloud evolves day by day, so there are a significant improvement in terms of the overall marketing revenue. So there is a product called Journey Builder, which can create the meaningful customer experiences. And this is just a drag and drop kind of a feature where you could be able to design the content, and then you could be able to drag and drop the emails, and you could have different touch points across the journey. And you could be able to personalize your smart actions, and you could be able to optimize the channel mix using emails. You could drag and drop SMS, push notifications, ad studio, whatnot. I know you could just bring the fantastic channels across this omni-channel interface, and you could measure the performance once the journey has been triggered. Every time you have flexibility to measure the performance and improve your ROI as well. So this is a great tool for every industry that has been focusing on. So you could be able to target your audience in a whole new way. So the next thing is the one which I've said, like email and mobile messaging. So it's as simple as that. So it's a part of the content. So the content is the most special item after the data. So you have a flexibility that you could create the best templates for your email templates to target the customers. You could design the intuitive email templates using drag and drop configurations. And they have ready-made templates available in Marketing Cloud where you could leverage those, and then you could be able to design your different emails, EDMs, the birthday notifications, brandings, and you could browse the retargeting campaigns and cross-channel marketing, distributed marketing, and all these interfaces. So this is like complete deliverable. It's a kind of a wow moment for leveraging email and mobile to connect all with your customers in a real-time world. And you could boost your engagement with promotional and transactional messages into one single marketing cloud platform. And at the same time, you could create some mobile optimized experiences as well. It's all like pure play, plug and play kind of a thing, drag and drop kind of a thing. So there's one more in our email studio is one of the best product in Marketing Cloud. Using this, you could be able to, boost your subscriber interactions. You could consolidate your content for improved performance. At the same time, you could target the customers based on engagement. And if you look at the right-hand side, a GIF has been configured, and you could see based on an email that what we've been sent to the customer, so the customer can directly choose an action and then can be able to update. So it's a perfect email template to target, kind of an EDM to target all your customers with improved performance kind of a thing. So the complete email studio you could leverage for sending all mass blast emails to all your subscribers to get some emails at the same time. You could be able to bring some engagement metrics back to the Marketing Cloud, and you could be able to analyze the measurement performances on each and every template level as well. So this is how the real-time engagement works with the different multiple channels. So if you look at the mobile, if you're a customer who've been traveling throughout your journey, and then you could use your mobile while we sent an email, so you'll get an option to go and then look at the mobile view, and then you could be able to update your preference and transfer. You could update your preferences, and you could use a complete mobile optimized experience for managing your preferences while you're traveling across everywhere. And at the same time, we could be able to send some push notifications from the Marketing Cloud. So when you're traveling somewhere, based on your browsing experience and what the system will capture the interactions of real time, and then it automatically sends you some push notifications for you to close the deals and quickly grab the abundant cart transactions to our deals as well. And at the same time, we have an SMS, which you could use the mobile studio for sending SMSs to highly touch your customers' interactions. And the other best thing is it has a WhatsApp. Marketing Cloud has a WhatsApp channel, which you could do global reach with chat apps and to increase your customer retention, engagement, and you could be able to build some keywords, right there, detections and transactional messaging. So whatnot, so you could be able to target your customers in a whole new way using different channels, using different multiple omni channels, using email, using push notifications, using SMS, using WhatsApp. It's a brand whole new way of the tool, which is fantastic and phenomenal across the omni-channel interface. So this is one of the WhatsApp channel, which is, if you look at the global level, 2 billion plus global WhatsApp users have been available. So they've been all around nowadays. WhatsApp is one of the most frequent channel for every customer, and they would love to transform the mobile moments with conversational marketing using WhatsApp channel for more than 180 billion countries, more than 180 countries with 2 billion global WhatsApp users available. So it's been connecting across marketing, commerce, and Subway seamlessly. And you would be able to create some great journeys that help your customers to discover the interactions with your hand. At the same time, you could personalize every conversation with Data Cloud to drive engagement and automatically design some unified profile data as well. That's not at all. So there are plenty of other things in Marketing Cloud. So if you're looking for an ad studio platform where you would love to place an ad and you would love to increase your lead generation, so Salesforce Marketing Cloud has a platform called Ad Studio, which is advertising platform, which is perfect for your complete return on ad spend, how much you could do, how much you're spending, how much you're getting the leads, how many lookalike audience that you're bringing into platform. So how you activate your first party data, how you can increase your purchase intent. So all this can be done inside your Ad Studio platform. It's again a pure plug and play configurable kind of an element. You could just use different channels. You could be able to place an ad in Facebook, Twitter, Google, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Snapchat. So it's a fantastic tool, So it's going to be a complete ad platform where you could see how much you're spending on each and every ad, how much you're getting it from that ad. So you'll have plenty of great analytics inside the platform as well. So On an overall, so this is advertising benefits, building blocks, specially designed by Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So it's been, powered by Salesforce CRM platform, which you could create your relevant personalized ad audience using first-party data source called Marketing, Sales, Service, and Commerce Clouds, and it's purely secure and scalable. The biggest question comes up with, so the data security and vulnerability. So this data, which is automatically updated daily and which is always securely hashed before every leaving the office, this is completely hashing using a complete crypto encrypted way of methods. So that's the benefit of the Marketing Cloud. It's a complete security, scalability, and vulnerability kind of an application. And at the same time, you would be able to activate this data across your channels using Journey Builder. You could automatically place an ad. You could drag and drop the ad story, and then you can be able to place an ad, and then you would be able to nurture a customer in a different omni-channel interfaces as well. So the biggest marketing, so people ask me, okay, you explain about your traditional marketing, but what about distributed marketing? So the distributed marketing also, it's been, works more efficiently. It will have their own features in Marketing Cloud. So you can be able to reduce your cost with one platform, your Pardot and your B2B marketing tool. So you could be able to, orchestrate the end-to-end journeys. You could react in real time one-on-one. So it's a basically a different kind of teams work together to make it more efficiently. Salesforce has a product inside Salesforce, which is Pardot initially. Now they're calling it as a Marketing Cloud Account Engagement, which is a distributed platform. When it comes to AI tools, Marketing Cloud has a fantastic AI tools has been embedded with the free of cost with the product. So it has the perfect instant engagement elements. They have instant engagement scoring to talk about. It's completely built on AI material. It has inbuilt AI material which talks about your engagement scoring of email templates, your send time optimization based on the data that has been available inside the platform. The system automatically find out what is the best time that we could send an emails, and you could drag and drop those activities inside your journey, and you could be able to configure as well. And the engagement frequency, Einstein copy insights, Einstein content selection. So these are all some of the Einstein elements. This is an Einstein center optimization. Yeah, as I said, these are all some of the activity components in Journey Builder where you could drag and drop to your journey to identify when is the right time to target your audiences, which is the right time to target, either mornings or weekdays, early mornings. You have to uplift your engagement rate using these Einstein and time optimization techniques. At the same time, you have your engagement scoring, you have your frequency, and you have your recommendations as well. So these are all plenty of Einstein elements has been available for you to design. Some of your great benefits comes with your Marketing Cloud product, and you have your content selection as well. And the copy insights, which talks about your subject lines for engagement. So what is the best engagement subject line that we could recommend? So the system will recommend the best subject lines for you. And because it identifies across the languages that drives your engagement, the tone of the language, the tone of the subject and the words and the structure and the sentiment analysis. So it does all this visualization that brings you the complete analyzations of languages to comes with your brand and the phrase. At the same time, it predicts your subject line performance before sent to any customer. You could review entire feedback that what's been copy insights has been giving it to you. And then you could be able to test the subject line tester. You could use the A/B testing to test the subject lines, and then you'd be able to send the right subject lines to all your customers. So that's amazing in terms of getting the product. The Marketing Cloud product itself has a plenty of inbuilt AI features which you can be able to leverage for making our lives easier, at the same time making our product and the brand to be more reachable target to all the customers. And we have messaging insights, especially when you send email to all your subscribers or the customers or the clients. So we know what is our messaging insight. So what is our click rate? What is our open rate? What is our unsubscribe rate? Complete engagement metrics that we'll get it in Marketing Cloud. So that's that bring down how and why and what, how many ways that we could respond to customers and how many different ways we could respond, how much is a wait period, and what are all the journeys that we need to improve in terms of the deliverability, open rate, and all this stuff. So all these things can be done inside messaging insights. So that's one of the great feature as well. And we have the marketing insight. So this is where it talks about your product, talks about your hidden product intelligence kind of a thing. Like, and so some of the analytics where you can't able to see it, but using this Einstein marketing insights, you could pinpoint the factors that impacts your marketing KPIs, because you never know what some of the insights where you're missing out, or some of the product performance insights where you're missing out. But using this marketing insights, you never miss anything, because it gives you complete AI material which comes with the bot, surface important insights. At the same time, it gives you the most important insights at the top of every email that what you have been delivered to customers. So this is one of the best, again, the marketing insights. And as I said, the entire system is built inside your trusted AI, transparency and ethics first. So you could see all your, you have an option that you could train your models as well inside your marketing cloud. You can see different models. You could design your models, model 1, model 2. You can add some keywords. You could train the keywords, and you could be able to train your subject lines, train your content, everything. So you'll design your most accurate predictions based on the models that what you've been designed for. Of course, it's a bias in terms of what you've been delivering, but soon you're started, training your data sets, and also by next 6 months, next 3 months, your data sets have been more on a hot topic, and then that delivers the perfect results for you. So that's what the intention about this generative AI, which is our trusted AI, which is built inside Marketing Cloud. So as I said, we have another B2B marketing tool called Marketing Cloud Account Engagement, but this is something which we can skip for now. So yeah, these are all some of the insights that what we have in Marketing Cloud. And these are all some of the benefits that what you can get inside the Marketing Cloud. I would request to start with this, because these are all the preliminary kind of Marketing Cloud insights for every company that can leverage, because you start with the Email Studio, and then you could quickly turn into SMS and push notifications, and then you could be able to look at WhatsApp as a channel, and you'd be able to design your entire journeys, orchestrations. And this is a fantastic tool for every business that can capable to leverage. And this is one of the best marketing cloud omnichannel platform that has been suggested by industry folks for the last 10 years. So that's what about the Marketing Cloud and the benefits of Marketing Cloud. So any questions, team?
Well, that's like getting the benefit of talking to Salesforce AE without the sales pitch, evidently. So, any questions about, did any of you use Marketing Cloud? You guys use it at home smartly? You have it at, you use account engagement.
Account engagement.
Okay.
Pardot,
yes. Account engagement was like the dumbest thing I think they ever did. Yeah. And yeah, whatever. But
Yeah, we use Pardot and we just switched to Marketing Cloud last year.
Okay.
Not by my recommendation, but.
What was the reason for the change? Yeah.
I think as our organization has grown, wanting and thinking that we want to be able to do more complex things, as opposed to feeling like constrained by what Pardot can and can't do because it's so connected to Salesforce.
Okay.
My team actually used to sit within marketing and now it doesn't. And so I think just as our organizations like Salesforce have been more oriented to the sales team and Marketing Cloud, marketing can now do what they want in Marketing Cloud, which has pros and cons. So it's absolutely more flexible, but comes with like, oh, this is really hard.
Yeah.
Which version are you using, the growth or the plus or enterprise?
We were on growth and we were on Pardot.
Yeah, you're gonna hit a lot of limitations. So.
Yeah.
We are at the point. Yeah, we're at a point now that we need to prove our executive team that we can do our job with Pardot or account engagement on a growth version. So to justify to upgrade to the plus, but we are also considering the Marketing Cloud because the AI involved in. So the thing in the moment else, you don't want to do it twice.
Yeah, I think just as like a Salesforce admin, part of it was more in my brain, made sense.
It's friendlier.
And, but yeah, since we've grown into, like, it's just, there's a 3-person team supporting Marketing Cloud now, like, that's their whole focus.
Yeah.
And now I have a 5-person Salesforce team, so it's like, doesn't have to be just me anymore.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I noticed in Salesforce, Sales Marketing Cloud, is that they're very good at selling that to the marketing people, the creative side of the house,
Absolutely.
without expressing to them the technical side of what it takes to support that product. And then so it's very much at least a minimum of a 2-person type team, or an exceptional person who knows both sides of that. Because you certainly have the technical aspect along with the creative side, but it's ridiculously powerful tool.
Yeah, that 3-person is not even a creative team. That's just the technical.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
So I'm not a marketing person, but like, I look at it and I'm like, oh, this is Salesforce, or, it works differently. And I feel like on Trailhead, it's not, like, you can't get in and play with it. So what's the best way to learn Marketing Cloud?
Oh, Phani, what you still with us? What's the best way to learn Marketing Cloud?
Okay, so I think I would recommend 2 things. So the first thing would be Trailhead is one of the material to start with learning with the Marketing Cloud. The second way would be there's a boot camp which have been conducted in Marketing Cloud, which I'm going to share here. So this boot camp has been covered from start to as a new person who wanted to start Marketing Cloud. So this boot camp will help you out for running through each and everything. So I'll just ping you there's a playlist available here, which is the SFMC bootcamp. I'm just posting here. If you can go through this, I'll just share my screen again. So this is a bootcamp which has been conducted so if you look at this bootcamp, it started with getting started with product overview, how to start your career in Marketing Cloud, and the step-by-step, each and every episode which talks about different across the global leaders, the global Marketing Cloud champions. I've been talking on each and every episode, talks about the real-time examples, your interview questions, and your practical examples. So this has like more than 48 sessions, include chat GPT of SFMC, everything. So if you can go through each and everything, you will have some idea for sure. And at the same time, Trailhead is one of the great material for you to start learning. And the basic exam, I would love to start with you as the Salesforce Marketing Cloud email specialist or admin. So you could either you can take one where you could start your journey with cracking one of the exam can definitely gives a lot of job opportunities outside the world. But you could follow the bootcamp is one, the other one is Trailhead, and the other one is this one.
I went to the Marketing Cloud email specialist training. That's where I learned at least what I know about the tool. But I also know enough that I'm not smart enough to implement it. I know enough to consult on what it's capable of, but not. I would. That's why I have Phani on my team.
Something that would help also if you don't speak marketing.
Oh yeah.
Would look for some terms and stuff that they used before, because you're gonna be like, what they're talking about.
What does this mean? Yes.
I was in this position, so
Yeah.
I had to go and learn a little bit the marketing language. Yeah.
Any other questions on Marketing Cloud? Sorry, that was kind of a little bit different than what we normally would do, but gives you a good insight. But we kind of call that the head in the cloud kind of model. You learn a little bit about one of the other clouds. Any questions from anybody online? If not, we're going to kind of wrap things up early. We're going to give you the opportunity to, if you have any questions, anything you'd like to try to stump us with problems that you're struggling with, feel free to unmute, talk about those things. And in the room, we can do the same thing. We can kind of collaborate, see if we can solve any challenges that you might have. Anyone up for that? Any issues? Oh, Phani. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Ravi. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. And thanks for being part of this community. Thank you.
Yeah. And Rob, I see you're still with us as well. Thank you so much again for your participation. I'll see you in about, 4 hours?
Yes. Yes. So looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Any questions anyone have?
It doesn't have to be related.
Nope. Anything?
So in September 19th, Saturday, Salesforce migrate a lot of orgs from the multi-tenant instance to dedicated instance,
To the what?
the Hyperforce.
Oh, Hyperforce, yes.
Yeah, and we had a major problem because our communication with our ERP was done in an old version of .NET, and the protocols are way more advanced for Hyperforce. So we lost this communication for 19 days until the team was working and some unexpected cost that we had to invest in everything. So everything is working now, but we are having pretty much once or twice a day some payloads that they're failing to be sent. And we never had this issue before Hyperforce. Some basic things like email sent, the customer never received. There's not to do with the integration with our ERP. Building payloads to tee up an integration. It doesn't build. It is. My question is that the propaganda for Hyperforce was a way better instance, right? Because you're not competing performance with any other org. But it's super slow, and performance degradation is clear in database. So we'd like to know if one of you guys are experiencing something like that.
So I don't know if you already heard the question online. Anybody switched to Hyperforce, who had their org switch to Hyperforce, having any issues? That any pain points with that you can share with Rob?
I would say that when we switched to Hyperforce, our issues were more around our integrations stopped working. We had to rebalance a bunch of servers, and we had to get the lists of approved IP ranges again and do a lot of rework on that side. And it did take us several days on one of our servers to get it working again.
Same thing for us. But then after you got it all figured out, and are you experiencing any performance degradation? Sometimes slower or not working at all?
I haven't noticed anything, and I would even say when most people, because we went live quite a bit before last month. We've been on the beta list for a while. But I would notice last year or last month when everybody else went live, we did have a few issues, but not since the general.
It's interesting that you're having performance struggles, because that was one of the big reasons they're touting.
Well, you know a little bit of our system, so we integrate with Project Plan.
Yeah.
And sometimes the user push the button to integrate, creates the approve process, the manager approves. Yeah. The load is supposed to be built and sent, but on their side, they don't see anything there. And we received the confirmation of approval and process successfully. However, it's not.
Interesting.
Right? And they say, oh, well, the .NET, the listener never saw any packet coming. So that's weird. And then we create a button there to repush, right? Without approval or anything. They just pretty much rerun the flow. And it goes just fine, minutes later. So it's just something that happened that time,
Yeah.
This is there's nothing wrong with the data.
So it's just got lost.
Yeah, we keep watching to see if we find any pattern in this thing, but
the whole reason behind that is it's Salesforce is re-architecting their entire backend, and that's what this Hyperforce is all about. It's because of the lightning performance challenges that people have been complaining about. That's what's driving that push. It's a significantly faster architecture. So all of your lightning pages and everything like that are supposed to be significantly more responsive once they have all this done. So
yeah, there's one component that I forgot to mention here. because the Hyperforce is hosted by Amazon Web Service, right? So I go to this down detector. You guys know this website, right? So every time that happens, I go there to see it. The Salesforce having problems, right? So the same curves, the same peaks there, people posting, complaining about some performance degradation. You go to AWS and they have the same thing.
Same thing. Interesting.
Okay, so I don't know if it's related to, there's not to do with Salesforce, but with AWS, you know.
Okay,
You know.
interesting.
Yeah.
Other questions or things you'd like to chat about? We do this.
I do have another one, but I
I say we do this every meeting, so it's easy to come prepped for this. Sweet. Anybody online have any challenge or question flow challenges? First, would love to answer flow questions for you.
That's a good question.
If not,
all right,
Rob, go ahead.
Okay, so this is a challenge for admins, I think, because I create a button, and the purpose of this button is to check box an opportunity, field an opportunity object, right? So pretty much I'm running a flow that will check this box, and then because this box is checked, the button should switch to a different button called now disabled.
Okay.
So one is enabled, the other is disabled. Okay. Simple flow, decisions, and everything. Anyways, it's working. Okay. However, it doesn't update the page. It doesn't reload the page. Correct.
So you need to add a flow navigation that will force the page to reload. You can get that from Artificial SF and just help to reload the page. At the end of the enable flow. Either one.
The flow is the same.
Yeah, so at the very end, just force it to refresh and it will upload the page.
So Artificial SF, go to the page. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, so how are we forced to refresh?
And what's the name of the component?
I think it's Navigate Everywhere now, or Navigate Anywhere. The navigation one, yeah. Navigate Anywhere, I think is the name of it. It's a flow action. And you'll have to read the help doc, which will tell you what things to populate, but basically you'll just put in the record ID from your input variable and tell it to essentially refresh the page.
Yeah, cool.
And that's take care of it for you.
I love smart people.
So, and by doing so, I don't need to put in the return URL on the button.
Oh, God.
No.
I've never used a return URL in my life.
Yeah.
Sorry. I use Navigate Everywhere instead.
All right.
Let's go.
Appreciate it.
There you go. We're coming to the meeting for you. Awesome. Other questions, challenges anybody has? If not, online, are you good? I think Clarissa did send me a Slack message asking, somebody was asking about the last month's meeting when I was going to get that online. I do have it downloaded and ready. I just have to get it uploaded to YouTube. So it's me being too slow to get that done. So I will try to get that one done and this one, and we'll hopefully in the next couple of weeks have both of these live. All right. So thanks, everybody. We will see you next month virtually. Have a great rest of your day, guys.